This is Numarine 37 XP. Want to see on board? I'm going to rephrase that. You really want to see on board. Come and take a look at this. It's absolutely fantastic. We're going to step on at the side, and this is going to be the full tour. We're going to every area. We're going into the decks, we're going into the cabins, we're going into the galley, we're going into the crew area, the engines, the lot. And I think, if you're anything like me, you're going to be impressed. So we'll start back here. We've got the big cockpit area across the back with the overhang, of course, and then we can head around this way. We'll do the interior first, but we will work our way around the entire boat. So you've got the power door there, and look at this. Welcome to SuperYacht land. That's incredible. Let's go over this side and take it all in. That's just amazing. So if we head on around here, this, as you can see, is a lounge area. It's all freestanding furniture. There is actually a sliding door over there, so you can open that right up. Those 3 panes across there slide forward. A lot of marble on this boat as well. And some lovely features like this lighting and a kind of chandelier up here and so on. Dining area, as you can see, is here. And then down here, this is all storage. So your crockery and other bits and pieces can go in there if you want it to. And we'll head on forward from here. We'll do the main deck first. This is interesting. This, there's nothing in it yet, is going to be the gym. So you could have a rowing machine in here, or you could have a bike, you could have weights, whatever your fancy is, that's where that would live. Let's head on a bit further forward. Day heads is here, but also on this deck is the owner's cabin. Beautiful size you'd expect on a yacht of this calibre. You've got these beautiful long windows for a great view out. Over here is the dressing area. I love the way they finished this. It's kind of like a leather material. It just looks really smart. And if you go on around, there's more hanging lockers over there. Obviously you've got your AV equipment, more storage down here, and a dressing area over on this side with a beautiful view out. Like so. And then forward of that is the ensuite. Exactly what you would expect. So that's that one. We'll head on back. I'm going to show you the lower deck first of all, and then we'll work our way up through, and then we'll come back round to the crew areas and the engine space and so on. So to find the lower deck, we're going to go down this way. You really do get the scale of this yacht when you stand here and look down this corridor. It is incredible. What should we do? Should we go right to the stern and work our way forward? Okay, so there's a VIP cabin here. Immense. Such a big yacht. Look at that. Beautiful. Dressing area, that's in behind this door. And then if we come over here, here's the ensuite. I mean, that's proper actual owner cabin specification, isn't it? Even though it isn't, if that makes sense. It's massive. Let's keep on moving. We'll come around here. So a cabin here, we had a cabin on the main deck, you might recall. So that's 2. A guest cabin here. So that makes 3. Wardrobes, ensuite. and so forth. Four, and we have twins in this one, as you can see. Otherwise, it's a pretty similar cabin. So that's that, that's four. Five. These are all really lovely guest cabins. Great view out. In fact, you can open that window. That there is Can. Wardrobe here. I'm deliberately not opening all of these because we will be here all day. I'm sure you get the idea. And then over here, 6. And you might think, wow, 6 cabins. That's pretty impressive, Nick. I hate to tell you that it's not 6 cabins, it's 7. Wardrobe, ensuite. Let's go and see if we can find the 7th. So, back up this way. And we will turn around here and go on up again. Wheelhouse. We've got doors out onto the sides. A lot of the switch gear is up here and schematics and so on. And then all the instrumentation and controls that you would expect. Another door over on that side. But the other thing we have up here actually, there's a seating area here if people want to come and observe what's going on. But there's also a captain's cabin which is completely separate to the crew area. So as the captain of this fine ship, you get this. With a very nice ensuite to it. Cool, huh? Where's that 7th cabin? Well, let's come back around here. This time we'll jink over to this side and we will find this. In fact, I'm going to say I'm not convinced that first cabin we saw was even the master. Oh, we've got laundry facilities in here. That's interesting. There are other ones on the boat as well. Massive dressing area down through here. And then this is cabin 7. Up here on the upper deck, panoramic views. Imagine lying in bed and looking out across there. We'll go out there in a second and I'll show you all of that. TV here. It's arguable, isn't it? That one lower down I think is a little wider, but this is probably maybe a little bit more spectacular. I think you could swing it either way, couldn't you? You could call either of these the owners. And I think that's pretty impressive that you have got cabins of this caliber where you're almost arguing over which is the best. These are all wardrobes along here. And of course the ensuite. Fantastic. Loads more to look at. Like a bath and a jacuzzi bath at that. And that view, imagine sitting in there looking at that view. Not this particular view because you'd be a bit overlooked, but if you're out at anchor somewhere, oh, blissful. Okay, we're going to go and take a turn around the decks. There is another deck again, in fact. So we'll touch that button there. All these doors are powered, as you can see. Now this has been left completely open. You can put tenders up here. In fact, you can take up to a 9-meter tender or jet skis. You can put furniture up here. You can use this however you want. It's a vast area. But what we'll do is we'll take a turn around here. We'll head forward as well in a minute, but before we do that, I think we'll take a look right up to the final deck. That's up here. And this is all laid out with another fabulous entertaining area and a hot tub. Big one too. Let's go right back here. The acreage up here is something to behold. Look at that, it's vast. Okay, we press on forward. This is all of the storage areas. And that one there, this is quite curious. That's a dumbwaiter, I think I'm right in saying. So you can bring the food up to this area straight from the galley, which we'll have a look at. We'll see if we can find the other end of that. Another helm position. So you can in fact pilot the boat from up here. Remarkable. Okay, loads more to see. This is the bar that caters for this area. So this of course is things like your barbecue and your fridge and your ice maker and all that kind of stuff. But let's press on back because there is still plenty to look at. We'll drop down here. This time we'll take a turn around and forward. It's just colossal, isn't it? I can't get over this. You just keep walking and walking and walking. I mean, if you want to get fit, just do a tour of this boat a few times. That's the side access door from the helm, which is in there. And then another fabulous entertaining area up the front, or lounging area, or do what you will with it area. Anchor winches are up here as well. And that is, I think, all of the guest areas. We need to go and look at the crew areas now, the galley, the crew cabins, and so forth. We saw one of the crew cabins, don't forget, because there was a captain's cabin back just behind the wheelhouse. But if we go down this side, what we can do here is go in through this door, and this will take us directly into the galley. Now, to explain where this is, if we look back here, we're back on the main deck now. And this is the galley area. So you've got masses of refrigeration here, plenty of worktop space, big ovens about the place. Yeah, there we go. That's that dumbwaiter. You can put food in there, send it straight up. Brilliant. It's all very impressive, isn't it? And the other thing we have down here then is the crew areas. So if we go around here, this is the main laundry area. That one that we saw up in the owner's cabin is just so that if the owners want to freshen something up themselves, they can do. But that's where the laundry would normally get done. And then down here are crew cabins. So they're like this, very nicely appointed actually. Decent size too. And then there is the ensuite. Let's see if I can find the light switch. There we go. Like so. So proper separate shower stall in there. Let's leave that as I found it. Load of storage in here as well in places like this. Let's back up a bit and go across. So you've got the captain's cabin, you've got a crew cabin here for two. And if we head round here, there's a mess area, also a load more refrigeration over on this side, masses of it. So that's the mess area. And then if we go up to here, we will discover two more with the ensuite. Again, proper separate shower stall in there, which is great to see. Again, a load of storage. And if we reverse back out, we'll find a very similar thing on this side. And the heads for this one, the ensuite, up there. So what's that? That's 6 in 3 cabins, I think, plus the captain's cabin. 2 here, 2 here. That's 4. Yeah, 5, 6, and a captain's cabin. Pretty impressive. Okay, I think that what's left then is the engine space, and I think there's a beach club as well. So we'll go back out through here. So as I say, this can cater straight out to the dining area, or you can go straight out onto the side deck, around and out. And I think because there's a few people in there, this is the route that we'll take. This is this big sliding door that I mentioned, so this opening section. Okay, let's press on back. Thank you. That's the tender for this particular boat. It's actually quite a small one in relation to what it can handle. And then we'll come right back here. So we're now back on the main deck. This is where we came into the cockpit. But this time we're going to go down here. There's a big sunbed on the back. And this then is the beach club area. So what you have is, this is the transom of the yacht. So this hinges up flush against the back. When you're underway, when you're stopped on an anchor, you can drop that down. And here's your beach. It really does look like a beach, doesn't it? You're actually hanging out over the water here. And check this out. What a lovely spot that is. A bit of shade, out of the wind, because of course when you anchor you tend to be facing to the wind because the wind will hold the boat nose to the anchor. So completely sheltered. You can watch people playing in the water, you can have a drink. Ah, just perfect. So nice. And something else which you might not expect to find is down here, because this one has a sauna, a proper sauna. Oh, and it smells all lovely and saunery too. So we have that, and on the opposite side then there are more laundry facilities. I think this is the third set of laundry facilities. Great for doing towels and other stuff that's outside, you know, all the stuff that lives in this area. There is a day heads down here, so you don't have to go far if you want to use the loo. And that, I think, brings us neatly to the motors. And they're in here. Now this is an Explorer style yacht. It's not built for speed, it's built for range. So you're looking at a pair of MAN D2868 800 horsepower diesel engines. They're giving this yacht about 14 knots flat out. Cruise speed is about 12 knots, and if you drop back to 8 knots, which is the most economic speed, 6,000 miles of range. And that's what I'm talking about. This isn't a boat for blasting between Saint-Tropez and Monaco. This is a boat for cruising, well, across the Atlantic with that kind of range, isn't it? This is predictably palatial. Huge generators here. That's 2 of them at least. There is another one. Everything all nicely laid out. Device is just there, and we can walk all the way around here. This fella, for example, is the water purification. So it's basically a water maker. It takes seawater, turns it into drinking water. So if you're doing those long trips, you don't have to worry about filling the tanks and then running dry. And then we can go right around here. There's another exit from here. That's up these steps. So there's 2 ways out of the engine space. Always a good thing. And that is the 3rd generator over on that side. But all the plumbing and engineering in these is just a work of art, isn't it? I'm going to be honest with you and say I don't even know what that is, but it's impressive. I think it might be a fuel manifold. I think it may possibly be directing the fuel, but I might be absolutely totally wrong. I'm sure that somebody will tell us and explain to me yet again why I'm wrong. Air conditioning systems, they're racked across here. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What a yacht. Okay, let's come out of here, because I do believe that concludeth the tour. So I think the beach club is the place to be to finish off. So I'm going to stand over here where you can see me. And I'm going to say huge thanks to Numarine. In fact, that's another of their boats behind us. I think it's a 26 XP, if I remember rightly. I have a tour of that one as well, so it's not on the channel yet. It's coming soon, check it out. Let me know what you think of this one. I think it's absolutely spectacular, and I hope you do too. And we look forward to catching you on another one of these very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.